Hello, my name is Nicole and welcome back to No, It's Crochet. Today we're going to do a one skein challenge. And what that means is that I found a single skein in my stash that I am trying to stash bust and just find a project that I can do with that one skein. Now the goal is to use up the single skeins that I have that aren't really related to any other projects that I know I'm not going to do anything else with. And I'm really quite unsure of how to use them in an existing concept. So I'm picking them up and then I'm going to go through Ravelry. And today I have found this pattern right here that I'm going to work on, and we're going to use the Mini Mochi, which is a discontinued yarn. So I only have this single skein. I actually have two skeins in purple, but I only have this one skein of this one, and this company's gone out of business. Oh, I think like 8 years ago. I actually acquired this from somebody else. So this was in their stash. I didn't buy this. So we're just going to see. It is a fingering weight yarn and it's got these lovely different sort of colors. And what I think I'm going to do now, this says that it is for a necklace. My thought is really that I'm probably going to wear it more as a belt. We'll see. Yeah, but we're just going to kind of work on this, and hopefully by the end of the week, we get through with this single skein and we have one less skein, 50 grams less in our stash. All right. Now this calls for a 4.25 millimeter crochet hook. This is a free pattern, by the way. So if you're interested in making your own, I will link to that pattern down below. But this calls for a 4.25 millimeter. I don't have a 4.25, so I'm just going down to a 4. It says gauge is unimportant, which is another win, because I really want this to be a fairly mindless project as I'm watching my YouTube videos. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I think I see what's going on. You know, one of the things that I have the hardest time doing is visualizing a pattern from the written instructions. I can follow the written instructions without too much problem, but if I can't visualize what the pattern designer is attempting to do, that's when I get really confused. And I've noticed that sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 goes at a pattern before I really kind of get get a little bit of comprehension behind what it is they're trying to convey to me. For example, I started one a couple days ago, maybe a week ago. Anyway, I started one that is giving me the instructions, and it doesn't say anywhere in the notes, but a traditional sort of garment is worked top down or bottom up. This garment, I figured out once I started, is actually worked vertically, not horizontally. So that threw me a little bit for a loop when I first started it. I finally figured it out and got it going. But that was definitely a little bit confusing when I first started. There we go. We've got something going here. What happened there? All right, well, let's start that over since we just barely started and it doesn't make sense to keep this little bit and try and tie it on. And then we'll see if we stick with this yarn or not. That just broke again. Well, that's 2 down. This yarn might be too old. Let me try this one more time. That would be a really quick way to get through a one skein wonder challenge. I'm not pulling that hard on it, I promise. So there's the beginning, and now I just repeat that until I have the length I want. And that's it. I'm calling this one. All right. So this is broken again, and while these are very lovely colors, that is just not something that I'm just not gonna, I mean, I don't want to tie off the ends on this. I'm just going to trash this yarn and let's pick up a different skein and see maybe we have better luck with something else. So I will be right back. Okay, so we are back. We're going to try this Hobie Universe XL instead. And instead of doing the, you know what? No, because this is, I was thinking maybe I would do the same pattern, but this is like, it doesn't alternate back and forth. It just is one kind of color changing, I think. Anyway, I am going to go with this bandana and we'll see how that works out. This is also a free pattern, and I mean, I don't know how the pattern works up. We'll see. I don't like the way it's formatted, but that is not uncommon for me. I often end up having to reformat patterns. I don't know if that's part of my dyslexia or something else, but most crochet patterns, when I look at them, they're very confusing to me. Oops. Trying to multitask here. Yeah, it's not working so good. So I end up redoing them. That way it's not quite as confusing. Now this yarn if the Hobie Universe yarn has a nice, very lovely strand of tinsel running through it, which it'll be interesting to see how it actually crochets. Okay, I am done with the one skein challenge, and this is what we've got. We've got this adorable little bandana. Now I have to say, I am not really a bandana fan, but I mean, I don't know. For me, the aesthetic kind of feels a little outside of my comfort zone, I guess, but it's all good. I mean, I might wear this. I'm going to certainly take it on my RV trip with me and see whether or not it gets any use. I don't know. I don't know. It's just not a vibe that I usually go for. I mean, no shame, no anything to anybody that does love wearing bandanas. Part of it, I gotta be honest with you, as I finish tying this off here for you, is that I have a weird shaped head, and the headbands and that kind of thing don't stay on my head that well. They just slide right off. I mean, a traditional, like a plastic one that only goes to right behind the ears is fine. But if it has to hook behind the head back here, I think that my head shape just doesn't have enough of a lip, whatever. So it just kind of right up. And so I used about 30, what was it? 39 grams of the Hobie XL. And that means that I have 61 grams left, which means this is probably going to go in the lily pad purge. What's left of it anyway. I just didn't like this yarn enough. I do have a review of this yarn, so I'm going to link the two of these together. So if you're interested in the review, you can go check that out. It is definitely one of my older yarn reviews. So that will be interesting to kind of go back and review what that was like. And yeah, I think this is going to go in the lily pad purge because I just don't need this yarn in my stash anymore. It is a very lovely colorway. I do say that. Ow. Ooh, eesh. Okay, that wasn't smart. It makes a very lovely colorway, but I also see a huge potential for this to pill because it's very fuzzy, and I would not expect it to be fuzzy at all. But there it is, the one skein challenge, one more skein out of my stash. That's actually 100 grams since I am not going to keep the remaining portion of it. And yeah, I mean, I'll take it with me. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll wear it once or twice, but it's probably not going to get a lot of use if I have to be honest. Let me know if you like these one skein challenges. I think they're pretty easy to do and I have fun doing them. So I might do a few while I'm on the road because they're really easy to record and do. And I think it's just interesting, fun content. I like to watch them, so maybe you do too. Thanks so much. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the bandana that I made. If you love that yarn, if you've used it before, all the good stuff. Farah, frog us out of here.